So I have started recording. Okay. So as you can see on my screen, agenda for today. So I think in the previous class, the locator has already started and we have already covered the ID locator in Selenium. So am I right? Please confirm once. Okay. Okay. So okay. So what we will discuss today. See, this one is already completed. ID locator is already completed, as you know, and we will discuss two more locators as well, which is class name and name. So we will discuss how to find, yeah, how to find or perform any action with the help of class name and name locator. Okay, along with this, you can see I have written that these are the some important methods which you will be using till the end of the Selenium. Okay, so these are very important methods which we are going to discuss today. Okay, and also we will try to see that how to move forward and backward in your browser window. Okay, by forward and backward, what I mean, let me open another browser. Okay, so by forward and backward, what I mean, suppose I have opened maps. Okay, so you can see if I click this, then I will go back. So this is backward and this is forward. So we will going to discuss that how to do it with the help of code. Okay, not manually. So first of all, let me open it again. So first of all, we will see that you might have seen this as well, that whenever you are trying to invoke your Chrome browser or Firefox browser, what happens is, let me do it practically first, then you will get to know. Suppose this is, I have written this code already so that our time will be saved. So this is the property which I am setting. You can see this is the WebDriver dot Chrome driver is the property, and I have here provided the path, as you can see. Okay, let me, you can see here that I have provided where my Chrome driver.exe file is located. Okay, this is first thing, and second is here just I am creating the Chrome driver class object. Okay, and here with the help of this I will open one website. Okay, so this is one random website like Amazon is, this is the website. Okay, Amazon website. So if I try to run it, this program, see what will happen. So it has already started. You can see that the Chrome browser is open, and you will see one Amazon website will start on this browser, which is fine. Okay, but you can see here that this window, this browser window is not maximized. Okay, by maximize like this, you can see I want that every time when I will hit the Chrome browser, my window should be displaying like this. Okay, not like this. So instead of clicking here this square button, what I will do, I will write one simple code before this. Before this step, what I will write, see here, if I write driver dot, see this is our object, and in this object, in this driver object, there are so many methods present. One of the method is, you can see, this is the method. Okay, manage is a method, and if I put dot again, then inside this method, manage method, there is one more method which is window. Okay, this is our one more method, window. Okay, if I put dot again, then inside this method there is a one more method which is maximize. See, you can, by the word itself it is clear that this method, maximize method, will help us to maximize our Chrome browser, okay, to the fullest. So if I click this, so by writing this only, I will be able to open the Chrome browser in the maximize mode. Okay, so let us also do it practical so that you will get know it better. See how this time will the browser will be open in maximize mode. See, it has automatically maximized. Okay, we have written just one line of code. So this is one thing. I hope it is clear that this is a very small concept. Okay, so this is a very simple thing. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so this is one thing. So we have discussed that how to maximize the our window. Okay, so let me mark it in green so that this is covered. Okay, so these are the another more important method, like one of them is get text. Okay, so before starting get text, let me first open one website. Okay, so this is a very popular website, you might all know it. So this is a one popular website, right? So what I will do with the help of get text. Okay, with the help of this method, I will fetch this word which is login. Okay, you can see on the right hand side on the top, login is the text present on the button. So what I will do, I will try to extract it. Okay, so one thing you might be wondering that what is the use that we have to extract this text present on the button which is login. See, suppose you are a developer. Okay, so after you have developed a website, and suppose there are some coding changes in your website. Okay, so what happened, due to some coding changes, this login, whatever the text is written, suppose the login uh, written is like this. Suppose this is the text. Suppose this is the text. Okay, so you have just created this text on your website, but after some coding changes, what happened, this login will change to like this. See, it might be possibility, right? After the you might have seen as well in your projects as well. So due to some coding changes, this text now become this, which is not right, right? So according to client, it should be this. So if your after some coding changes, if this text login text will become like this, which is wrong. Okay, so in testing we have to, in this we have, this way we have to validate whether after the coding changes as well, this login button, sorry, this login text will remain as it is. Okay, so after some coding changes, this login button will remain same. Okay, it remains same. So this is the reason. What I will do, I will first of all uh, get this text. Okay, in my, with the help of get text method, I will get this text, and after that I will put one if else condition to check whether the whether we are getting the correct text from this button or not. I will do this practical, so which might be clear more to you. So see here, see, first of all let me open this website with the help of driver.get. Okay, okay, so you can see here, let me, so are you getting any kind of disturbance from my side? Please confirm. Are you getting any kind of disturbance from my side? Please let me know. Okay, I think it is clear, so I will go forward. So what I have done with the help of this, I have just opened this website. Okay, so let me inspect this first. Okay, right click and then click on this so that you will be able to see what is the coding part of this login button. Okay, so what will happen, let me first, okay, now, so click here, you can see select an element in the page. Okay, so we have clicked this. After that, move your cursor to this and click it. You can see this is the code which they have written for the login button. You can see here that there are so many, okay, elements are present. So suppose as of now we know how to deal with the id. So first of all let me take id attribute only. Okay, so value of id is w3 login button. So I will first select this. Okay, I have copied this w3 login button and I will come here. Okay, so see what I'm writing, driver dot, I hope you all knowing that how to write this simple steps, driver dot find element. Okay, from the previous class. So driver dot find element by dot id. So we are using id, and inside the bracket I will put this id value which is w3 login button. Hi, please unmute, please mute yourself. Who is this? Okay, I think. Hi, Sal. Please, can you mute yourself? Okay. So, sorry for that. Okay. So, what I'm saying that this is my the value of the ID, and what I have to do this time, I have to just what I have to do. I have to get the text. Okay. So, what I will do, I will simply write get text. You can see here. As soon as you put dot, you will see this uh, get. You can see this is the method I was talking about. If you click this, and moreover you can see, let me do it again. I want to explain one more thing. You can see string is the written after get text method, which means whatever the value it will return to you, it is of the type string. Okay, so you have to catch that value of in the variable of type string. Okay, so this will return as a string. Okay, and then I will put semicolon. Okay, so what I will do first, I will catch this login. Suppose this is my value. Okay, so after the execution of this, what will happen, the text login, okay, will come to this value. Okay, and I can simply print this value as well. You can see, let me write value here. Okay, so what will happen, again I am explaining the purpose of doing this. See, first of all, what I have done, I have just simply clicked on this and I come here on this button so that I can see what is the coding they have done for this button. So you have find that this is the HTML code they have written, right? So ID is one of our attribute, style is one of our attribute, class is a attribute. Okay, so likewise there are so many attributes. So as we are comfortable with ID as of now, so I am dealing with ID. So this is the value of my ID attribute. Okay, so I have copied it, and with the help of this statement driver.find element, I have first of all, you can see here, I have find this login button by writing this. Okay, login button is found. After that, what I'm saying, just give me the text of whatever is present on the login button. So this text get text method will return as the text which is present on the login button. So the text is login, as you know, as you can see here, the text is login on this button. Okay, and I'm catching this in this string variable, and after that I'm simply printing this. So first of all, let us check that what is the output we are getting, right? Then we will move forward. So it will again maximize the window, as we have put one line of code that dot maximize score we have put already. So it has opened the window, you can see. Okay, I think we have gotten login at our output. Not now, as of now we do not have got, because the browser is, you can see, it is still running. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of more seconds as well. So I think my internet connection is very slow, you can see. Maybe there are the chances that our test can get failed because it is taking more time to load. Okay, so you have seen this after our browser have finished loading all the elements on this page. Okay, we have got this login text. So what I am saying, that suppose after this is the original text, right? This is the way you want the login should appear on the button. But what happened, suppose after some coding changes, okay, after some coding changes, so you can see this login text changes to something like this login. Okay, so what you will do, suppose this Okay, so you can see, let me take one string variable. Okay, suppose I'm writing it here, string original value. Okay, original text you can say, which is login. Okay, and as it is a string variable, so I will put it inside double quotes. So this is our original text, that whatever the developer has written on the button, but after some coding changes, suppose this login will become login. Okay, like this. Suppose this become this, so I will write one if else condition, right? Here I can write this, if, see, this is my original text, dot equals, see, this is the, I hope you will be knowing what is the purpose of using this, so that it will compare whether the two strings are same or not. Okay, so if this equals whatever the value which we have got. Okay, we are extracting the value here from the browser. Okay, so this is the value we have to compare. So let me write value. If the condition is true, then I will say uh, our text remains same, which is fine. Our text remains same after some coding changes. Okay, so which is correct. Okay, otherwise what will happen, suppose this value have become uh, like I've already told you that what if this value, this button value, login value will become like this, login. Okay, so what will happen, we will simply write in else part, we will simply write that our text login changed, which is not correct. Okay, so as of now you can see, by putting the statements like this, if and else, you will be sure that every time after the coding changes, you will run this program, this Selenium program, and you will be sure whether you have any coding changes occur in our login button or not. So let me first execute this program, then you will see this time we are getting the correct value, so this will going to be print. Okay, because text is not changing here. So right click and I will run it very fast. Maybe I think it will print else part. I have done one mistake, I think. Let us check what it is printing. Okay, I think it will print the condition in if part only, because we have provided the text correct. Okay, so let us wait for this to finish. After that only, I think it has already printed. Okay, it is still not printed. So you can see here, first of all it has printed this value, okay, which we have extracted. This is the value which we have extracted from our browser. Okay, after that we are comparing, and since both the values are equal, so you can see that our text remains same after some coding changes, which is fine. So this is the way you can use get text method, and I hope you will got a chance to know that what is the purpose behind it of using get text method, right? So is it clear to you all, or I have some issues? Please ask. See, at least don't be shy, at least say yes or no, how I will know that whether you are getting the concept or not. Okay, so okay, I think that all the people here are able to know that how this get text method is working. Okay, so suppose let me open one more website. Okay, suppose let me close this browser first. Okay, suppose I am opening amazon.com. Okay, okay, let me not open here, let me open it in my original browser only. So this is my original browser. Okay, so let me open www.amazon.in. Okay, so here I will first go here. So please confirm once that you know how to enter text in text box with the help of send keys method or not. Everyone knows that? Okay, okay. I think I am not audible to rest of the people because they are not answering. Maybe. Okay. Okay, okay. Sure. Thank you. So you can see my internet connection is very poor, but we can wait. So this is the login page of Amazon website. Okay. So first of all, I will directly open this. What we will do, we will directly, suppose I am writing one mobile number here. Okay. This is my mobile number, suppose. So what we will do, we will try to get this value which is present inside the text box. Okay. So let us do practical, then it will be more clear. So I am just copying this whole link. Okay. This is very big, but it's okay. Okay. So I am removing this code. Okay. So let me, I think, okay, I will remove it. You can see the code in the recordings later. Okay. So you can see, okay, I will not remove this one. Okay. So I will first of all open the website with the help of get method. I will simply pass my whole link here. Okay, fine. After that, what I was saying, that we have to enter something in this box. So you know how to do it already. Let me show it once again. So I will just simply click here. I will move my cursor here, click this. You can see there are so many. Let us go with the ID as well. Okay. So okay, let me go with the name this time. Okay, you can see I am saying that you can see this is one locator, this is one locator, and I think by the end of this we are very clear with the ID, but we have not studied these two, right? So this time what I will do, I will use, I will make the use of this. Okay, I will use name, and you can see here, suppose okay, this is my browser. You can see input type is id, input type is email. You can see id is ap underscore email. You can see this name attribute, this one. So using this as well, you can insert this number in this text box. Okay, so I will show you quickly. It is very simple. First of all, I will copy the what is the value of this name attribute. Okay, name is an attribute, so I will click this, I will copy this email. I think it is email. Oh, yes. So I will go here and I will simply write. See, the beauty of Eclipse is that you don't have to remember anything. Everything will be written here, right? You can see. I will just write fi and you will see. This is the method I have to use again. But this time I will not use id as I have told you, right? This time what I will use name. You can see this is the one, the second one. You can see, and it is expecting one string variable which is the value of the name. Okay, so I will click this and I will pass what I will pass email. You can see why I have passed email, because you can see the value of name attribute is email. So I have put email inside this, and after that what I will write, send keys method I will use, and suppose I will pass this random number. Suppose this is the number. Okay, so let us execute this and you will see this number, whatever the number is, will be inserted in this box. Okay, so let me try to execute it first and see whether it is working correctly or not. It will again maximize, as you can see. After a few seconds it will maximize. So you can see the site is still loading. This is the reason that we are not seeing any number here, but let's wait for the site to complete loading. I think it is still running. Yes, it is still running. Okay, I think our script will going to fail because it is taking more time to load the page. As you can see, it is, see, you can see here. Okay, after this finished loading, after this website has finished loading, it has entered this number with the help of name attribute. Okay, so this time we have not used id because we are comfortable with it. So let's learn new locators as well. So name is one of the locator, and by the help of name locator, this is our name locator, we have successfully entered this number in this text box. Okay, so we have completed this locator, which is name. Okay, so we have completed this as well in our previous session as well. So I am marking it in green. Okay, so this one is the only one which is left as of now. See, there are more locators as well. Here I have written just 3, but there are so many, like you can see, one is XPath. Okay, we will use CSS as well in our coming lecture, not now. Okay, and then there is one more locator, which is link text is one of the locator. Okay, and these are the most common ones. Okay, and see, one more point I would like to tell you. Sometimes it may so happen that whenever you will click this line, you can see here, suppose this is line. Okay, you can find here that sometimes it may so happen that id will be not present. Okay, in this it is present, but let us assume that you are trying to write one code with the help of this id attribute, but suppose, what if the developer has not provided this, then how you will write it? Okay, you will say that we will go with the name, this name attribute, but suppose the developer has written the code in such a way that this name attribute is also not present, and likewise you will see that sometimes it may so happen that these three will not be present. Okay, but still you will be able to write the code. See, whatever the, if you can write XPath and CSS. Again, I am saying you can write XPath and CSS for every element on the page. Okay, if these are not present, then you will go with this. Okay, as of now we are not going to discuss this, but I have just given you a brief overview of what are the locators which we have. Okay, so I am just removing it. Okay, so we don't require these as of now. Okay, so we are this is completed, id is completed, and name is also completed. So as of now, anyone have any query, then ask please, so that I will move forward. I think I am not audible. Tejas, Karthik, Mohammed, Pooja, Mrunal. Okay, actually I wanted to ask whether you got the concept or not. Okay, so again, okay, okay, thank you. So please, if you have any query, then uh, tell me in between so that I will explain again. So I am moving forward. I think most of the all the people here have understood how we can use the name locator. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to do this. What I have to do? See, this is the number I've written. That is fine, but I have to extract the number present in this box, in this text box, and I want to show it in my console window. Okay, this is my console window. I want to print that number here. So how I will do it? Some of the people, okay, so do anyone have any idea that how we can extract this text, which one, this text from in our console? Anyone? Yeah, get attribute, yeah, you can say, which is correct. Okay, that's great, you know it. So first of all, many people will, think that we can use get text method. Okay, but let me show you, get text method will not print nothing, and let me explain you why. So first of all, if I try to use get text method here. Okay, so this is the one. After I have entered the id, what I will do, I will use get text method. Okay, so that I will get this string number in my output. Okay, what I will do, string value equals to, I will simply copy this, and then I will write at the end, instead of send keys, I don't want to send anything this time, I have to retrieve. Okay, dot get text. You may think that this method should work, but let me tell, okay, let me first execute this, then we will see. Okay, and suppose let me write system.out.println and we will print the value. So with the help of get text, what we are trying to do, we are trying to retrieve this number which we have just written in this text box. Okay, so okay, let's execute this. Let's see what it will print. See, it has entered the number, I think, in a short while. See, it has entered the number, you can see on the screen. And after that, our script has, see, you can see, program is completed. You can see that terminated is written here, which means that our program has run successfully, but it has not printed anything. You have seen, with the help of get text method, we are able to print login text, which is present on the button. Okay, but we are not able to print this the value which is present inside the text box. So let me tell you why it has happened. Okay, first of all, let me tell you what is contained inside this value. Okay, when we run this program, see, let me open it and debug this time so it will be more clear. And I will suggest you to try debugging as much as possible so that it will make you clear what is happening in our program. Okay, so in debugging mode only, it will again enter the number. See, it has entered. You can see, consider this browser. Okay, this is the last browser which we have opened just now. So it has entered the number. Okay, after that, what I will do, I will simply step over. Okay, so you can see here, as I have stepped it, what is this value contain? See, it has contained empty. You can see, I think you are able to see it or not. Please confirm, is it very small to you? So I will maximize. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, okay, thank you. So you can see this, it has contained nothing, right? It is an empty string. Why we got so? Because see, earlier what we are trying to fetch is this. As you can see, suppose you have to fetch this login value with the help of get text. This login text which you are seeing on your screen, see, this is our, let me again click this and then I will come here. So you can see this is the login text. Okay, with the help of get text, if I try to get it, it will be come in my console. But you can see, with the, if I click this number, you might think that this 643543 number will be present here, which is not so. Okay, so this is the reason it is printing empty string, because he has not find any empty string. Okay, so number will not come here if you enter it. What will happen, I will tell you. See, whenever you write any number or string, you can say, inside a text box, that number will be cached by one attribute, which is value attribute. So let me, okay, so if when you will writing, v is small, okay, value attribute. So this is the attribute. When you will enter any number, so that number will be automatically cached in this attribute, which is value. Okay, let me highlight it more. So this is our attribute. Value is an attribute. Whenever you write any number or string inside the text box, okay, so that value will be present inside this. Again, I'm saying how. Suppose you have entered, let me open this. Suppose you have entered 100 number here. Okay, this is the number. After you have written this number, so automatically what will happen, this is our attribute, value is our attribute, so that number will fall inside this automatically, right? So after that, what you have to do, you don't have to use get text method here, you have to use get attribute. So this is our attribute, again I am saying. So there is one method which is get attribute, and I will simply write value here. Okay, what I'm saying, get me the attribute value, and the value of this you can see attribute is 100. So by using this line, we can get the string or the number which is present inside the text box. I will also show you that how it work. Let me open Eclipse again. Okay, this time see this one is failed. Okay, in case of text box it will not work, get text will not work, which is fine. So I am commenting it. Okay, let me write it again. So if I write driver dot find element by dot, again I am using name. Okay, this one I am using, I am not going with id because we are now comfortable with id. So let's do it in another way. By dot name, you can see, and the name is email already, and after that I will put one more braces. Okay, and what I will write get the attribute. Okay, what is the attribute we have to get? Value attribute. Okay, so the value which will be present inside that value attribute will be reflected in our output. Okay, if we do like this. So I think it is after that we will again catch this value. So if we write like this, okay, so let me remove this. So here again I am saying what I am doing here. First of all, with the help of this, I have found this text box. Okay, you can see this is our text box, so this will be highlighted. Okay, this will be found by Selenium code. After that, what I'm saying, as soon as you write any number here, suppose you have written 100, so that 100 will be cached inside this value attribute. Okay, so by using this we are saying that get me the value which is present inside this value attribute. Okay, so you will see next time whatever the number, suppose this is the number we have written, so with this number will fall into this value attribute. Okay, and with the help of this we are fetching that value. You will also see that when I will execute the program more clearly. So suppose if I am executing this, okay, so it is going to enter one number here which we have provided in our code. Okay, let me, now it is visible. Wait, what happened? Oh, sorry for that. Okay, I don't know how it got disconnected. Let me share it again. Is it now visible? Hello everyone. Okay, so do I have to explain this again, or should I, because where we have lost the connection? Can anyone tell? Okay. Sorry, did not get you. Oh, why did not you have told me? See, that's why I will request everyone to please let me know if my audio or my screen is not visible. Okay, let me explain again, no issue, but please tell me so that, so what I was saying. Oh, okay, no issues. So what I'm saying, uh, I think I was saying, let me open this. I was saying that you have entered this. Till now it is clear that how to enter this value in the text box using the locator name. Okay, so we have entered this value with the help of name. So what I was saying, I have to extract this value which is present inside the text box with the help of get text method. First I will try get text method, and we will see whether it is working or not. Okay, so what I am saying, suppose this is let me comment this. Okay, so here what I'm, what I'm doing, I am just finding the element with the help of name locator. So it has found the text box, which is fine. And after we will we have to get this get text. With the help of get text, we are trying to fetch that number, which is 643 543 543. Okay, any number you can say. So will this method work or not? We will see. First of all, let me again open it in debug mode. Okay, so again, so is my screen visible? Okay. So you can see it has opened Amazon.in login page, and it will simply write that number which we have provided in our output. And moreover, I have executed this program in debug mode. Okay, so we can see whatever the values which we are getting in our code. So let's wait. You can see that it is still loading. As you can see, this is our browser which we have opened last time. Okay, you can see this is the number which we have inputted from with the help of our Selenium code. Okay, after that we will come here. So what I was saying, that I have to extract that number, okay, with the help of getText. But as you can see, this value will have empty string. Why? Let me tell you. See, it will not print anything if you execute the full program. Okay, see, it has nothing printed in our console output. So why it is so? See, earlier what we are trying to get, suppose let me inspect it, and with the help of this I will place it at the bottom so that it will be easier to extract the element. Okay, so I will simply click this, and after that I will let me first come here. See, this is the text. Okay, with the help of get text, earlier we have seen in one of the website, W3 school, I think it was the website, we have extracted that login text with the help of get text, which is working fine, no issues in that. But here you can see that this is the text which we are getting with the help of get text. Okay, with the help of get text give us this login text. But if you see this text box, okay, see, this is the number which we have written, but you can see that number is not present here, not present here. So if you will use get text here, then you will get empty string, because that number is not present here, so it will return just empty string. But so what will happen when I will write? So how we can get this text which is present inside the text box with the help of another method. Okay, so what I was saying, there is one more method which is get attribute. Okay, and before that, let me explain you one thing. Whenever you write any number or string, okay, see, even if you write a number in the text box, it will be in the form of a string. Okay, so consider a string only. So whenever you write a string inside a text box, that number will be cached by one attribute, and that attribute name is value. Okay, so value is the attribute. So suppose if you have written 900 here, okay, so automatically what will happen, that 900 will be cached in this where it is, in this value attribute. So 900 will come here. Okay, so I have to just print the value of this, and I will get my work done. So what I will do, I will use one method, get attribute. Okay, and I will place this attribute here. This is our attribute, I will place here. So with the help of this, I will be able to fetch this value 900. Okay, so let me explain you in Eclipse as well what I was trying to explain a few minutes back. So this is of no use. Get text will not help us in extracting the text from our text box. Okay, so I will comment this and I will uncomment this. So here what I have written, with the help of this find element by dot name, this is our locator, name is our locator, and the locator value is email. With the help of this, we will be able to locate where our text box is present. Okay, and here what I am saying, get attribute of value. So whatever the value this will receive this number this time. Okay, so after you will get the value, you will catch it in this variable, which is string variable. And after that, if you try to print this, then it will print this number. Let me show you in debugging mode only. If I put a debugger here and then I will debug it, let's see what it will contain the value. See, it has opened the Amazon website again. And see, here we have come already. So this is already executed, so you will find this value in the text box. So this is the last browser. So you can see this is the number which we have already, which the user has already inputted from the code. Okay, so after this is commented, so it will not execute. See, as of now it will not contain anything because this is not executed at all. After, if I click like this, step over, see what will happen. See, this is the number which we have extracted. This is the number you can see here. And let me print this first. If I execute this, you can see the number which we have entered in our text block is printed in the console with the help of get attribute method. Okay, we cannot use get text here because it will not work, as I have explained you why. So this is how we can extract any value which we will input in our text box with the help of get attribute method. So is it clear to you all? Okay, 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 fine. So there is one more. These are the most important method that you will going to use in every script, I will say. Okay, of Selenium, when you will go forward in this lecture, in the coming lectures, I will say. So what I have done, let me first tell you. So we have covered this, how to maximize the window. Okay, sorry. So we have covered that how to maximize the window, and we have also covered that how to use get text method. Okay, and one more thing, we have also covered that how to use this method. Okay, let me write it here. Use in case of text box value extraction. Okay, do not use get text here. Okay, it will not work, and also I've explained you why. So this is the most important method, you can say, because even if you have to perform some piece of code, you have to, if suppose if I have opened a website, right, you have to click here, click here, click here. So this is the most important method, I feel that. Okay, so let us discuss how this click method will work. Okay, suppose after that, suppose I have filled this and I will print continue. I will, sorry, not print, I will press continue, so that I will be navigated to next page. So it is, the site is still loading, you can see. So let the next page should open. It is taking longer as expected, as you can see, due to the poor internet connection. See what it has printed. So it has come to another page, you can see. It is now expecting us password. Okay, so we have to first click on continue button, then only we can navigate to this page. Okay, so for this there is one more method which you can see, that is this click method. Okay, this click method will help us in clicking something, okay, on our web page. So suppose if I comment this, like this, okay, suppose okay, I think I will remove this, otherwise it will create a mess here. So let me again, I will not remove this, and suppose I will open one website again, which is driver.get, and suppose, so I think this is the website which we are working on. So let me copy this only. Okay, so I will copy this, I will simply write that link inside this double quotes, and I will, okay, so this way we have opened this website. And what I have to do, again I have to first find the text box, okay, so that I can insert the value. So driver dot find element by dot, okay, see, let me come here. I think this is the one. Let me remove this. Okay, so okay, wait, okay, I have to first insert the value, so I will inspect this. Okay, you can see we have covered it with email. Okay, so we will look class name. This is the class name attribute we will talk in the end of this section. So name we have already covered, so I think we should go with this id. Okay, id only. So let's suppose if I go with id this time, so y dot id, and what I have to do, I have to simply send one number. So send keys is the method which will help you to insert any value inside a text box. So suppose I will write plus 91. So this is the number, suppose. Okay, let me put plus here so it will be more good. Okay, so what I have to do after I have inserted the value, this time I don't want to extract the value. Okay, this time I am interested in clicking this button. After I have, suppose if I put one number, then I have to click this button. Okay, so how we will go to do this with the help of click method. Okay, you can see, first of all, if even if you have to click it, you should know what is the id, what is the name of this. Okay, so again I am saying that we are comfortable with id. Okay, so I think we should go with this attribute this time. You can see, so these are id, and id is already covered in previous lecture, name is covered in today's session, so this is one remain. Okay, so how with the help of class name we will be able to identify our web element on the browser. So see here, see, whenever you find, let me inspect it again, and I will click it. So this is the class, you can see this is the class name. Okay, this is class, and this is the what is the class name. So with the help of this I will click the continue button. So first of all, I have to copy the value of this class. I have copied the value, and I will come here, and I will simply write driver dot find element. See, this time what I have to write this, I will use class name. So I will select this, I will not use name, I will use class name. So this is the class name, and what is the class name which we have copied? This is the class name. Okay, so this is the class name, and after that what will happen? And after that I have to just click. Okay, so after execution of this, you will see that it will be able to, it will click continue button. This line will help us in clicking continue button. So if I try to execute this, so let me also close the previous browser, I don't require it. Let me close this as well. Okay, I think okay, now it's fine. So browser is open again, you can see on the screen. It will enter the number in a short while. See, it has printed the number. See, okay, we have not navigated to next page because it has a throw one error. After clicking on the continue button, see, it has thrown, this is, it is saying, okay, let me write this way. Okay, so our script is correct, but it has thrown one error. So let me write number this way. Okay, I think it should work fine now. We will see. Again we will run this, because if the number would have been like this, then I think our script will definitely going to continue. Okay, so let us close this. See, you can see browser is opened again. it has expanded because we have provided suitable code for it. You can see it has clicked on continue button, and you can see, so it is again saying incorrect phone number. I think why it is saying, okay, let me write this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, it is a 10-digit number. I don't know why it is saying this, but anyways, you get the concept or not that we have clicked on continue button. This is the reason we are getting this error, right? Okay, let me go with the email. Okay, so it will not throw any error. Suppose if I will put one email here. Suppose the email name is this is the email. We will not deal with number because it is throwing error. I don't know why. So suppose if I this time it will not throw the error. You can see. See, it will insert college to industry at the gmail.com in this text box this time. See, it has printed and it will continue. Okay. Okay, so it is throwing another error because we have not signed up this account. Okay. Anyways, you got the concept, I think. Okay. It has clicked on continue button. That is the reason we are seeing this error. So with the help of click method, likewise you can also create this. Okay. Let me show you quickly. If we have to create, okay, this is one assignment for you that you have to click it with the help of yourself. Okay. This click method. Okay. So we are getting this with the help of click. Okay. So there are two more methods as well, which I have. So as of now, it is clear to everyone. Okay. So let me open this. I don't know why it is not taking this. Earlier it was taking the number. Let me put my number here. This time, let me do this because I have to explain one more concept with the help of this. So it is mandatory for me to navigate it to another page. Suppose this is the already registered number. This time it will not throw the error. I am very sure. So let us check it. This time you will see it will navigate to next page so that it will ask us for the password. Let's see what will happen. This time my mobile number will come here. Okay, see this is, and it will click on continue because it is already registered. So you can see it has come to next page after clicking on continue button with the help of click method. So is it clear to you all now? Okay. Okay. So one more thing, suppose what happened that I thought that okay, I have multiple numbers and I do not want to log in with this number. So what I will do in this case, there are two methods. I will click on this. Sorry, I will not click on this. There is only one method. I will go backward. Instead of opening it again, I will go backward. So how to perform this action with the help of coding? Okay. So I will come to this page again with the help of this. So okay, there is one more method you can see here for doing this. After that, what we will do, I will come backward one time. Driver dot navigate is one method. Dot, see this is the method. It is clear with the name only. Back is the method. Okay, so if you use this method, okay, what will happen? Suppose you were here. Okay, it is not allowing me to open it again. Anyways, let's see what will happen. Okay, so it will simply go backward. Okay, let me first execute this. See, it will again enter continue. It will click on continue button, and you can see here it has already come to back. Okay, let I hope that it will not be clear to you because it has happened very fast. Okay, so there is one thing in Java you can do. If you write like this, thread dot sleep, and here suppose if I provide 10,000, it is a, here what I'm saying, it is 10,000 millisecond. So if I write this is a part of Java, one more thing, this is a part of Java, it is not a part of Selenium. Okay, so if I write like this, then after the execution of this statement, our script will pause, and after few milliseconds you will be able to see that it clicked on back button. Okay, so this time we will go like this so that you will be able to see. Suppose if I run it again, you can see it has again come to the site, and it will enter simply my number. Okay, it is taking more time, you can see. See, maybe this time our script will fail because the site is not loading properly. I think we have to run our test case again in this case. It is still running. Okay, I think I should run this again. It is not opening properly. It is still loading. Okay, let me run it again. No point in waiting. Or I think I should refresh it. Maybe this will work or not. Okay, so it has entered, and it has clicked on continue button. You can see I have not clicked it. Okay, it has clicked it automatically. So after you see, this will redirect to next page. See, it has opened another page. Okay, and after that what I have done, you can see on the screen, I have put one 10,000 millisecond wait. So after that you will see after few seconds it will click on this button. Okay, you can see it has clicked, and after that you will redirect it to this login page with the help of, so this way we can come backward or forward. Okay, so if you have to come forward, you can do like this: driver dot navigate dot forward. So this is the method what it will do. After you have come here, suppose you have to go here again, so you will simply press this, but it will throw an error because it is not allowing us again to come this. So let's try this as well. So these are the two methods which will help you in going forward and backward in the browser. Okay, so let us run this. See, it has entered my number, and then continue button will be clicked. After that, we have put thread dot sleep 10,000 milliseconds. So okay, so it will just after the few seconds. Okay, see, again it has pressed the this button, so this is the reason we are getting the error. Okay, so this way you can navigate backward and forward in a browser with the help of these two lines. Okay, so is it clear to you all? Okay, so I think I have discussed all the agenda. One more thing is left. Okay, I think class name, we have discussed the class name. Okay, so before binding up this session, one more important point I would like to tell. So as of now, you are able to use this by dot class name easily, but sometimes it may so happen. Suppose this is the class name. Okay, I am taking this. If your class name, okay, let me write it here. Suppose this, if your class name will contain a space, then Selenium will throw the error. Okay, whatever we will, then what we will do, then we will get error because in Selenium class with, if you, I mean to say that if you write class name with the spaces, okay, not allowed. So suppose this is the class name, so this is our original class name which is working fine, but suppose sometimes you will see in the coding part, when you inspect, class name will be something like this, a, and then button like this here, and then after one space this will be here. So if class name will become like this, okay, instead of this, then you will not be able to use by dot class name attribute. Okay, by dot class name locator. Okay, so if your class will contain space, then you will not be able to use this. In that case, you can use CSS locator strategy. Okay, we will not discuss this. Okay, so in this case, as of now we will not discuss, we will discuss it in other lecture. So what I am saying, if your class name will contain a space, then if you try to go this way by dot class name, and suppose here are the spaces, okay, so then it will throw the error. Okay, because the classes with the spaces are not allowed in Selenium. In this case, there is one strategy which you can use, CSS locator technique, to deal with this. Okay, so here we are not discussing it, but I have just given you some brief idea that do not think that you are writing the class name as incorrect. It is because your class name has spaces. This is the reason you are getting the error. Okay, so this is for all. Okay, so I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Is it fine? Sorry. So I think I, yeah, hi. I'm not getting what you are saying, that if you have a poor connection of internet, then suppose you are executing Amazon.in website on the Chrome. So you are saying whether it will throw an error or not. Yeah, there might be chances. Yes, it will. So it will not throw the error within a second, but it will first wait whether it is able to load the website or not. And if it is not able to load the website properly, then it will throw the error. So as of now, yeah, I will tell you. See, there are two techniques, or I should say techniques. You can say techniques, which is implicit and explicit wait. I'm not explaining this, but I'm just giving you an overview. So these are the techniques which we will use in our coming lecture. so that even if suppose you have executed the Chrome browser with the help of Selenium and your website is taking 20 minutes, okay, or you can say 20 minutes to load. Sorry, not 20 minutes, that will be so much. Suppose your website is taking 20 seconds to load, and it may so happen that within 10 seconds Selenium code will fail. So what you can do, you with the help of this technique, you can put a wait of 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds only it will fail, not before 20 seconds. So here I am using this only. Okay, this is not a part of Selenium. Again, I am saying this is a Java part. Okay, and we should not use this in our code. And we will tell you that why you should not use this in your code. But as of now, you can use this if your website is taking longer to load. Is it clear? Okay, so I think I have covered all the points. So you can see class name is also covered. You can see let me class name is covered. This is also covered. Okay, so whatever may be the color, it is also covered, and this is also covered, you can see. So that's it for today. I hope you find the session interesting and you have learned new things as well today. So thank you everyone for joining. Yes. So you will, in case of Selenium, you can see here. Okay, let me do this. If I run this, you can see with the help of this, right? Okay. Yeah, see, there is a tricky part associated with this. We will learn it later, okay? Step by step, I have noted your query. I will try to bring this in the next lecture, okay? Okay. So, hello. Okay. 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 I got your point. So, let me, should I remove this code? Because, okay. So, I think I should not remove this. So, with the help of two browser, how you can, suppose with the help of driver.get, suppose I will write driver.get. Okay. So, suppose this is whatever the website may be here. Okay. So, if you write, I am removing this as well. So, driver dot. So, what you have to do with the help of this object is created. Okay. If you write like this, so what will happen? You can see after the execution of this, one more browser will get opened. Driver.get. I am not opening any website, but I am just you can open the website later by putting driver.get inside of this. See, it has opened one browser. Okay, I made one mistake. Let me, what is the mistake here? Okay, I think I should have done like this. Okay, I think it should not throw the error. What is the error? Invalid argument. I think we have to pass one website here. This is the reason it is saying that we are getting this error. Suppose let me put this website only. Okay, let us open google.com. So I will copy this. I will put Google here, google.com here, and suppose I am opening one more website, which is let's take Amazon only. Okay, so you will see in the one browser. This is the site. Okay, now try to execute. This time it should open google.com in first browser. See, Google will open. It has opened Google, and one more browser should get executed. See, it has not finished loading. This is the reason second browser is not open. See, it has opened one more browser as I have given in the assignment as well. Here amazon.com will be opened. Okay, so this way you can open multiple browser. Is it clear? Sorry. Yeah, another object. This is the object we are creating, and we are assigning that object to this driver instance, which is object. Okay. So you can open multiple browser, right? If you have to open one more, simply write like this. So this way you can have n number of browsers in your code. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining today's session. I hope you have learned a lot of new things today. So thank you. Okay. Bye.